Yo, what's good? Wanted to talk about some recent Anime Vanguards news that's a little bit concerning. Gonna go over together everything that I know at least. Obviously I'm not like tapped in with, the development side of this all, but as a person in the public just seeing what's going on, just gonna give my thoughts on it and why I think it's concerning for the game. But let's just get into it. So essentially, if you haven't seen, Anime Vanguards has removed all JJK related content in their game, obviously besides the map. If you inspect any JJK unit or try to fight any JJK enemy, you're gonna see that it just says DMCA on it. It's kind of like the funny little model they have in the meantime. So it appears that the game has been DMCA striked, or seemingly so. I'm gonna go over everything that I know. This is mainly all coming from the Anime Vanguard Discord server, but here, let's start. So on September 17th, one of the AV owners typed in the announcements, AV isn't going anywhere no matter what. Now, obviously when I saw this, I was mad concerned. I was like, what the hell is happening? And that's when I figured out about the JJK units and stuff going on. But let's go into sub announcements where they talk a little bit more about it. Another one of the owners jokingly remarks that nothing happened on 17th of September. They make a couple memes and they take a jab at Anime Adventures and say it's time to go radio silent for a year and re-release. And the last thing they said that I mainly want to talk about is that apparently they say, oh yeah, the agent from a certain company who sent to collect proof from our game played 7 waves and left. I don't think they enjoyed the game. Seemingly, it seems that a person was sent to inspect their game, and after playing it for a short amount of time, they got all of the information they needed and they sent a strike to the game, unless he's saying this happened after the DMCA strike, but whatever. Point is that they were contacted by someone, they had to remove JJK content from their game. And I want to talk about like the immediate and possibly long-term effects of this and why I think this is pretty scary. So obviously the immediate effect for me would be that now they have to take time to replace all the models. They've actually shown in game polls some of the reworks they're working on for their units. So obviously they still want to keep JJK units around. If you have a Monarch Gojo, it shouldn't go anywhere. So they want to keep these units, but obviously they have to adjust them now to bypass the DMCA rules. So they've shown some sneak peeks for the new unit models we're working on, stuff like that. So a big concern for me is that they're gonna have to put a lot of time into changing all these units, these unit models and enemy models. That's probably gonna take time away from the next update. So update 9.0 might have like a 1-week delay or something, because obviously they have to change a whole update's worth of units. Very concerning. Now, this isn't the first time the Anime Vanguards has been pressed with DMCA troubles. I remember the developers made a remark that they want to do no more One Piece content due to copyright issues. So it seems they've been self-aware of the potential of this happening, but it seems like the ban hammer finally struck down. So yeah, a short-term consequence that update 9.0 I can definitely see being delayed, understandably so. I'm not gonna get mad at the devs for it. They have to change a whole update's worth of units in their game. Some of these remodels actually look pretty cool, and I think they're doing a good job of still making the units recognizable, not some Anime Defenders BS where you can't even tell what the it's supposed to be. And then long-term consequences. So first of all, I'm very scared that even if they change the units, the person who initially got them in trouble is not going to be satisfied, because realistically, like, although these models are different, they're still recognizable, right? And it's kind of a gray line. Like, how do we know at one point the model is not copyright enough? You get what I'm saying? Like, look at Anime Adventures. They just kept changing the models more and more and more. Same with Anime Defenders. Anime Defenders, Hikaru started off as looking like Hikaru. Then he looked like Hikaru with glasses on. And then he just became like a random homeless man. Like, he was really unrecognizable. So I think it's a slippery slope of, if these people want to keep pressing charges, what are the Anime Vanguards devs supposed to do? You get what I'm saying? Like, if they just tell them, oh, this isn't different enough, what are they supposed to do about it? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's very concerning to me. I don't know how they're supposed to address that situation. And also, I think another possible consequence is that other animes or other separate media properties might see this and start taking act on their own. I think the game has purposely avoided My Hero Academia content because a representative of Crunchyroll or something like that has clearly copyrighted My Hero Academia content from other games. So I think that's the reason why they're avoiding it. But what if other animes start doing the same? Like, what if Dragon Ball or whatever, they start coming at the game as well? It feels like this can easily snowball into something much worse, which is what I'm kind of scared about. So I really hope it doesn't happen, because honestly, as much as I'd like to just enjoy the game for the content, which I think is obviously very important, the unit models plays a huge part. Like, being able to recognize it's your favorite character plays a huge part. So I'm really scared this becomes like an Anime Defender situation where the models change a lot. But overall, nothing to be concerned about yet, I hope. I just want to take a quick moment to shout out the devs, because I think the devs have been doing a very good job of keeping the community informed. Obviously, I doubt they're going to go into specifics like, oh, this company under this manager's name reached out to us. Like, obviously not that, but they're telling us that, we understand there's a problem and we're actively trying to fix it. Here's the progress in fixing it so far. But yeah, I think it's a lot better than Anime Adventures going silent for a year and then just suddenly coming back under different owners. You know what I'm saying? Like, the devs are actually keeping us informed. So shout out Anime Vanguard developers for that. I think it's very cool on their part. And a final tangent I want to say at the end of this video, is that seeing this truly makes me think that Anime Adventures did not have to be shut down for a year, bro. I truly do think the Anime Adventures devs took the easy way out and just shut down the game, and we're saying like, oh guys, we have to, we're scared. I truly think they could have just kept the game up and done what Enemy Vanguard's doing. They just take out a couple models, but they chose not to, just to take the easy way out. Like, I'm not gonna lie, this going into like a little bit of conspiracy theory, you know what I'm saying? But like, I seriously do think AA could have been around, but they just decided not to out of laziness. I don't know, maybe I just don't like Anime Adventures devs. That's my opinion. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. I'm a little scared. This is obviously not a very organized video. I just found out about this not that long ago. Want to make a video on it real fast, little yap video. Let me know what you guys think. Is Anime Vanguard's cooked, or is this a one-time thing? Love y'all. Hope you guys have a good one. Peace out.